Okay, good morning, everyone. I'll wait till people actually get their notifications and get on board here. So I always like to talk about nothing for a little while. I have a couple of special guests here. Look at this set in the background. So as we get ready here, okay, here we go. Here I am in Carnegie Hall, New York, ready for this spectacular stage production.
It's not Carnegie Hall.
It's not Carnegie Hall.
We're not in Carnegie Hall.
Okay, where are we?
We're in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, we're in Columbus. Okay, we're in Columbus, Ohio, here at this major theater.
Not a major theater.
What is
Big
it?
church.
A big church.
Big church.
Here at a big church, and we have millions of people here.
Not millions of people.
How many do we have?
1,200 kids.
Okay, 1,200 kids, and we're about to talk about one of the, they want it in the Opera House, Sydney?
No.
They don't?
No.
Okay.
They just want it in thousands of churches all over the U.S.
Oh, in thousands of churches all over. Okay, that's what they want it for. I knew they wanted it for something. So here I am with Stacia McKeever, who's with Answers in Genesis. You've been with Answers in Genesis almost since the beginning, actually.
Almost, yeah.
And she's a project manager of our VBS program. And Barb, you and your husband Randy actually write the VBS programs.
We do.
And Stacia, what qualifications do they have to write a VBS program?
They are really good at it.
Oh, that's it. They are really good at it, and they love the Lord, and they want to reach kids with the message.
They love Jesus, and they love
Jesus.
kids.
So, okay, we're about to introduce. This is the preview, and this is the launch for the 2018 VBS, which is called
Time Lab.
Time Lab.
Just
Time Lab. What,
And we're going to be discovering Jesus from eternity past to eternity future.
Is this like jumping into a time machine?
It is, and
go
you're going to love
backwards?
this.
And
It's
going
such
forwards?
Absolutely, and we've even got our
Did you get
time
the idea from
machine.
watching Doctor Who on television?
Well, no, but I know you've watched Doctor Who, but no,
Okay.
I
So this is
haven't
not-
watched it. But
This is not a TARDIS?
this is our version of a time machine, and we've got these cool lights and all this stuff. And hey, Mandy, can you throw a sound effect up with our time machine?
Okay, let's...
You gotta have cool sound effects.
Wow, that... Okay, so we're going back in time.
We're going back in time. We're going forward in
When you
time.
build sets like this, they really aren't expensive sets, are they?
No, they're all completely made out of cardboard. So it's
Made out of
actually really a
cardboard
lot
and
easier than it looks.
Looks like some of that drainage pipe you buy
Yep.
from...
You just
Home
go
Depot
to
or
your
somewhere?
local hardware store, and it's amazing what you can find that ends up working out great.
I noticed even on these lights here, you have filters that you use for
Yep,
furnaces.
these are just furnace filters that we tape together, stuck a light in. Some of them are stacked up over there. Those boxes over there are just from a hardware store. We just threw a bunch of labels on them. But you could use any box
Okay,
anywhere.
so let's first of all talk about Time Lab. Why did you decide on this particular theme? I mean, talking about Jesus' past and Jesus' future. So why decide on that theme? What did you find out from kids that you thought they needed this?
Yeah, well, we work here at the church, and so not this past Christmas, but the one before that, we threw a question out to the kids, and we asked them, when do you think the Son of God began? Now, you know, it's kind of a little bit of a trick question, you know, but they were good, and they couldn't figure it out. We thought they would know that, you know, the kids at our church, but...
Tell me, do most kids think, oh, Jesus began in a manger?
Absolutely.
That's what they think?
Absolutely. Of course, you know, it was Christmas time. So anyway, they thought he began in a manger, and then, of course, we told them that wasn't right, so then it was kind of funny because they were starting to throw out all these other answers like, well, New Year's, 4th of July. They're trying to think of every, you know, holiday and whatever. And so an idea was kind of born there. The Lord put in our mind that we need to talk to them about this. You know, the Son of God has been forever. He didn't start.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think that way. As I tell people, you know, I'll ask them a question. When's the first time Jesus is mentioned in the Bible? And they'll quote New Testament, and I'll say, no, Genesis 1:1. In the beginning,
Right.
God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit.
Right.
God, because the word there is sort of like a uniplural noun, so to speak.
Yep.
God who is one but more than one, created. And then, of course, in Colossians we're told all things were created by
Right.
and for Jesus Christ.
Right.
And that's actually
You-
one of our memory verses.
Yes. You must have read the curriculum because we talked about that. We talked about all that. We talked about the Trinity. There's a lot of heavy-duty
Now
teaching in this thing.
that's heavy-duty teaching
There's
for
a
kids,
lot of
the
heavy-duty
Trinity.
teaching.
So,
Yeah.
But it's really, it's done in a really basic way so that kids
Right.
can grasp it. I was mentioning that when we did International Spy Academy several years ago, we talked about the Trinity then, and I have a 3-year-old, and he still talks about the Trinity today. He talks about it with his friends, and we're still trying to process that. And that's kind of the thing. We want to give kids a foundation and then allow them to keep processing it and keep working it out and keep remembering what they're learning.
Well, let me ask both of you. I mean, the Answers in Genesis VBS now is used by thousands of churches, so we're reaching hundreds of thousands of kids each year, and adults too, really, through
Right.
these programs, because I hear that sort of feedback from the churches, that adults love them.
Absolutely.
What do you think is unique about AIG VBS? I mean, actually now it's probably number 3, I believe, in the world in regard to popularity. So what is unique about what we do compared to other VBS programs? What would you say, Stacia, first?
Well, one of the things that we like to talk about is that Answers VBS connects the Bible to the real world. So real life is what makes us different. So when we're talking about things that we can see and things that are in the real world, we're telling them this is what the Bible says about this. So we're giving them a biblical worldview for looking at the world. We're really trying to connect the Bible to the real world for kids in a lot of ways. And that's where a lot of the apologetics comes in.
And that's a unique aspect of it.
Right.
With Answers in Genesis, our emphasis on apologetics, biblical worldview, not just Bible stories, so to
Right.
speak, not
Right.
just shallow fluff and stuff.
Right. So we take a Bible account, and we don't use the word story. We use the word account. And then we'll...
Excellent. Love to hear that.
And we connect it to the real world in a way that kids can understand that's fun, but it's also good, solid theology for kids.
So, Barb, you and Randy, as you write these, I mean, you must look at other VBS programs too, as well as apologetics, biblical authority. Any other unique aspects that you can
I
think
mean,
of?
of course, we want it to be fun, just like everybody's is fun. So we
Right.
feel like it's over the top fun, but we do really try to get a lot of good, strong biblical foundation in there. It is definitely not fluff and stuff. We've been having some really significant conversations with the kids about eternity, and every year, whatever the theme is, we're very gospel-centered. It always brings up a lot of conversations about that. So, we don't shy away from anything. We go ahead and go for it.
Because kids like that sort of meaty stuff, don't you
They
find?
love the meaty stuff.
Hey, before I
You
ask you
don't
another
have to be afraid of
question,
that.
just to tell everyone here, we're going to come back and actually have on Facebook Live the closing ceremony today, because this is the 3rd day, right?
It is.
Of the program. It's a 5-day program.
Right.
This is number 3 days. So the final assembly today, and you're going to have a robot there.
Yes, you're going to want to be here to see it.
And
It's so cool.
This will help people understand how fun it is. And this church auditorium here will be packed with kids.
Completely packed.
Completely packed
Yeah.
with kids. They're all out doing all sorts of fun things
Yep.
right now.
Yep.
And so we'll do that at 11:30. So it's Eastern Standard Time.
Right.
Here in the USA. Come back at 11:30. We'll watch for your notifications at 11:30, and we'll do a live Facebook of the closing assembly here, and you'll see the robot and
Right.
kids having fun and singing
Yep.
and joining in. But tell me. So you've been talking about eternity past and eternity future. I mean, has
Right.
that really caused kids to think about themselves in regard to eternity?
It really has, because the first day we were kind of expressing to them, like, if you took a string and you just imagined it going forever this way, and that's God in eternity past, and you imagine it going that way forever, and that's God in eternity future, our string would look different. We have a start point, but we do go on for eternity. And it kind of opened their eyes, because I think a lot of kids didn't realize that they are going to go on for eternity.
They're going to live forever.
They're going to
Either
live
way.
forever somewhere.
And then they're being challenged with, where are you going to spend
Yeah,
eternity?
it's opened up a lot of great conversations. The kids are loving it. They're just eating it up.
And there are, each day we have the ability to present the gospel in certain parts, but on day 3, which is the day that we're here today, is when we really focus on the gospel presentation and making sure the kids understand what the gospel is and how they can respond to the call of
And we
God.
always take it back to creation and go the whole way through.
Well, you know what? Maybe there's some people who want to ask you a question or two. We'll ask our videographer, have a look at the comments, see if there's any questions. And we'll also make sure we pin there at the top of the comments a link to our VBS page, so that
answersvbs.com.
answersvbs.com. And are we already advertising the
We have Time
2018
Lab up
one?
there, yep, so
Time
they can
Lab's
get
up there?
the course overview on that.
How many bits and pieces are there in the entire VBS program? I know you have this
A lot.
great big bag.
Heavy.
A lot.
Millions and millions.
Yeah, it feels like it.
I mean, this is really professionally done. It is absolutely
It's
phenomenal. It's outstanding. And I know that people that say they use it, people I've spoken to said, when we change to Answers in Genesis VBS, we'll never go back to anything else because it not only changes kids, but it changes adults. They said they see adults. They love the apologetics and have even seen adults come to the Lord through this.
Right.
Have you heard any testimonies like that, Stacey?
Yep, we've seen that. The adults like the teaching, and a lot of them, we do the drama at the closing assembly, and so a lot of churches will have the adults, the parents come in and watch the drama, and it's a way for them to get the overview of what's being taught and hear that gospel presentation as well, and they're able to interact with it and understand what's being taught. So.
Now, we're on the stage here. This is the main auditorium where they all come, but they're out there in different places, and there's some other phenomenal decorations you have out there. I don't know if our phone signal is going to work. We're going to try it. If it cuts out, we'll restart again and start outside there again because we're not in an area where it's necessarily really good. But we'll see, because sometimes with Facebook doing these live can have a problem. But we'll do that in a moment. But before that, do we have another sound effect or two that we can have here? And then we'll get ready for some questions here.
That's a fun one. Oh, that's when the evil Oda Grimm comes.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. So every time she comes, we hear that sound.
We got the evil one there.
Oh yeah, kids are getting used to it. It's funny.
All right, talking about the evil one, let's talk to our videographer here. Okay, so
How long does the VBS last?
how long does the VBS last?
Well, you can do it for however long you want, but we do it for 3 hours. We do it from 9 to noon and again in the evening. But you can do it. I just was talking to a whole group that was here that has a 2-hour and 15-minute one, and they just kind of adjust the schedule. It's
For
always
5
good
days.
5 days. Yep, 5
Although
days.
you can adapt it for 3 days. I don't know
Yeah,
which microphone.
you
You
can-
can adapt it for 3 days or whatever works for your situation. It's really easy to kind of pick and choose. I was just talking to a lady yesterday who has a really tiny church, just 10 kids, and she wanted to do a 3-day VBS. And so we kind of connected her with some ideas on how to do that, how to adapt it for that
So they could
situation.
contact us if they want to ask questions about this?
Absolutely.
How do they contact us?
Well, we have the Facebook page, so Answers VBS is on Facebook, and you can message me. We also have a discussion group, so it's facebook.com/groups/Answers VBS, and there's lots of other VBS directors in there, Answers VBS directors, and it's really great. They post pictures of their sets and how they ask questions. How do we do this? What are you doing for this? So it's a really great way to
So the
interact.
name on Facebook is just Answers VBS?
Right, yep, Answers VBS.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then there's a discussion group.
There's a discussion group as well, so that's
And
a way to
it
interact.
really is very adaptable for however many days you want to do it, the length of time you want to do it. If you have 10 kids, if you have 1,000 kids. I was just talking to somebody, and they were just telling me that their brother did it over in Papua New Guinea. They were expecting 50 kids. They had 300 kids, and I mean, they can't do all this.
Right.
But it is very adaptable.
Hey,
So-
did you know this year, very soon, we'll have the very first VBS in Spanish
Yeah.
for Answers in Genesis. And it's going to be digital, and I think all the translation is done. I believe it's last year's VBS. What was last
Ocean
year's
Commotion.
one? Ocean
Yeah.
Commotion. Was that about the flood?
Slightly.
Like, motion,
So that was last year's,
motion.
and we're going to have they'll be able to go to our website, answersingenesis.org, and look up the Spanish section, and it'll have it all there.
August,
So it'll be available August.
Lord willing.
That's not
Yeah.
far away. And then it'll be able to get into countries all around the world where
Yeah.
people speak
Absolutely.
Spanish. So another question there.
Is there a way to find a local church offering AIV?
Is it, good question. Is there a way to find a local church that's offering the Answers in Genesis VBS?
So we have the digital director, which is a way that you can manage your VBS online, and all of the ones that have signed up for the digital director, their church is pinned on a map. So if you go to answersvbs.com/upcoming, that will have a map of the churches that use that digital director around the country, and then you can look on those and find one that's near you.
I just want to remind people, this one here, this is the only church that's doing that this year because this is your launch of
Right.
the 2018
Right.
VBS
Yeah, well,
program.
and we have one other pilot. So there's 2 churches that do it
Two
in the
churches
summer.
that do the pilot program.
And then everybody will be next year.
And then next
Yeah.
year, because now we produce all the materials, and I'm sure
Right.
you refine things a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
and that sort of thing.
Yep. That's why we
as a
pilot
result
it.
of this, and all the decorations, and you find out what's best and what works best. So these are the pilot programs. So we're here at one of those pilot programs. Any other quick questions before we go walkabout here? That's what the Australian Aborigines do in the
That's
outback.
right.
They go
We're gonna
walkabout.
walk about.
We're going to go walkabout.
Does Buddy Davis do the music?
Does Buddy Davis do the music?
He does one song for us. So on our contemporary line of music, we have one song by Buddy Davis on there.
Right. We have quite a few music options. We have
Right.
one by Buddy. We have
Right.
Seeds,
So-
Family Worship that does scripture songs, which is kind of a good, unique thing as well.
So
We
it's
have
a whole
traditional,
variety,
we have contemporary,
really.
We have a
So-
traditional line, which is produced by Majesty Music, Patch the Pirate. So they do the traditional songs. They also do traditional memory verses in King James. And then we have a contemporary line. Buddy Davis does one for that. And this year we're partnering with Seeds Family Worship to do our memory verse songs for the contemporary line.
Wow.
Awesome stuff.
And-
Even I didn't know all that.
I know,
Yeah.
surprised. And this year, for our memory verses, we're excited that we get to use the ESV version for
Oh, okay.
our verses. We'll still offer the King James as an option, but ESV is our chosen one this year.
Okay, excellent. Now, any other sound effects? Have you got another big loud sound effect here? We were hoping for, oh, look, there's a lighting effect. So we got a lighting effect.
One more
So-
sound effect, Mandy?
Let's see how we go here. Something. Now, that sort of sounds futuristic, doesn't it?
It's fun.
Yeah, can we do that
I
again?
don't even know what they use it for, but
Okay, so we're going to go a quick walkabout, and this is going to be real quick. We're just going to run around and see all the decorations. If it cuts out, we'll go to where the signal is strong and start again, just for people. But come back at 11:30, and we'll have the live closing assembly, the robot out the
Great.
front, all the kids
Oh,
in here. It's
yeah.
going to be really fun. Be back at 11:30. Let's go walkabout. So, Barb,
Okay.
why don't you lead the way?
all right, let's head
And,
this way. And we're going to head down to, what we did was we made 3 different hallways. Now, if your church doesn't have 3 different hallways, you wouldn't have to have 3. You could do it all in one and just divide it up. But we made 3 hallways that are all 3 different time periods. So one of them is back to creation, the beginning of time, when time began at creation. And then we've got also, we're going to cut out here for a second because bye for a
bye.
minute. See you in a
Yeah,
minute
yeah.
out in the hallway.
Oh, there we are again.
There, hello.
Okay.
Woo!
Wow, what's going on out here?
I think it's called raining, so we're inside for games.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the deal.
All right, so quickly there's
So anyway-
there's the future hallway down there.
Yeah. So let's just go ahead and go down the Bible
Okay.
hall. And then one's Bible times.
Here we go.
So we're actually going backwards down this one, but that's okay. We
Oh, that's
start
all
at
right.
the other end. We've got these beautiful frames, and they've got what are going to be scene setters with kind of just the life of Jesus, and then it goes into Old Testament times as well. So
Okay, so
yeah,
now how much this sort of material will be supplied for people?
this is a craft room in here. This is the slime room. And on the walls, you're going to see that the kids have the kind of a sensory experience where they can press those little slime areas, and boy, do they love those. Super,
Wow,
super
spatial.
fun. Once
Isn't-
again, these are super easy decorations. Nothing to
Isn't it exciting
but-
to see all those little kids there?
I love seeing
yeah.
kids that are learning about Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep, they're making crosses. I don't know if you saw their crosses, but they're beautiful. Oh my God! Ooh, good hugs.
What's that for?
So we come in here. Okay. So very good.
Yep.
Wow, this is exciting to see all these kids
I
learning
know.
about the Lord.
And the
You
thing
know, when
about
you
it
think of
is-
what's been happening in the culture and what's happening in the education system, and kids being taught transgender and you know that there's no such thing as male and female, and you think of all the issues that are going on, and God throwing out a public school system. Look at all the kids
Right.
that you're influencing through these programs every
Right.
year. And more and more, we're finding the apologetics, biblical authority, doctrinal emphasis, evangelistic emphasis, getting into churches. Thousands of churches use the VBS, right,
Yep.
Stacia?
Yeah, we've sold over 4,000 kits this year, so over 4,000 churches are using it around the country.
Right.
So-
And every place they go, they're getting teaching. So when you see them in that craft room, they're not just doing crafts. We're teaching them things in that craft room. And when they're in games, we're teaching them things. So we make the most of every single minute. So this is another craft room in here. This is older kids.
Hey, I like this poster here. Jesus created the world. Genesis 1, you see Adam and Eve and... interesting. Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
All sorts
Yep.
of things. Okay, so what
Yeah.
are they doing in here?
This is just the older kids, one of the older kids' craft rooms. This is 1st through 3rd graders in here. They're making different crosses, a little bit older looking ones. They're really cool. They've got different names of Jesus on them, so they can kind of see that. And They're making with push pins. It's all good.
All right, you should still have some blue pens left over.
All right.
So on screen, the next step that we're going to do is...
All right, we go on down here, okay?
Yeah.
And I saw an interesting hallway down here before.
Let's go find it.
Show us that one.
Yeah, we're going to go find that one too.
All right, so this again is the pilot program for the 2018 VBS program produced by Answers in Genesis. Bob and her husband Randy write these each year. They're becoming more and more popular. Stacia is our project manager. So
Let's
Stacia,
keep
you're
going.
listening here. Other than lots of kids.
Yes, it's raining outside, and so the games are inside at this time. So this is a game time. Yeah, on the way up here. Yep. So because it's raining outside, they have to bring the games inside for this time.
I think it's great just to know that Answers in Genesis is reaching kids like this in thousands of churches just through the VBS
You guys
program.
move just a little
let alone
bit.
through all the other things we do at Answers in Genesis. And,
Not right now. Hi guys, how's it going?
Christ, the gospel.
Good. We like the dramas
Okay,
too.
let's have a look. What do we got here?
Okay, so here this is behind the scenes. We've always got people doing all kinds of things. We give the kids little goodie bags at the end, so they're just getting some
am I
stuff
allowed to
ready
try
for
one of
those.
those?
So yeah,
Can I try one of
sure.
Okay, here.
Gotta have a gummy worm. Put them in
Okay,
petri
gummy worm.
dishes.
I didn't come to VBS, so I had gummy worms.
Yeah. So this is our beginning of time hallway back at creation. Of course, we put a lot of trivia all over the walls. But this first little section here, we just made it be the first 2 days. Once again, we've got this beautiful artwork, and we just made a lot of clouds and stuff like that. And the kids love this hallway. It's really fun.
So with the artwork you've done here, do they get any of that in the kit?
Oh yeah,
They
yeah.
do. They can
Yep.
do what?
That can be. They can get that as scene setters. And
Okay.
then once we
so
got
all
to
the stuff you
day,
see here, you actually will supply in the kits.
yeah. So once we get to day 3, we kind of made this more of a gardeny feel. Isn't
because
this
of the
fun?
plants. Day
Yes,
3,
because of the plants.
And this is just
All that is roll paper that we
Roll-
just twisted. It's the easiest thing in the world to pull off, and
And it
just
looks
a
like vines. It
green
looks like a
tablecloth. And so the kids love it because there's kind of a green glow
And a green
in this whole
tablecloth, put lights
hallway.
up
So
there.
they really, really love this.
But,
Did a few feature
you know,
walls with
so
some animals.
inexpensive to do, and yet really spectacular. For the
This
kids.
one is so easy to decorate. There's so much. Hi, Hi, Megan. So anyway, yeah, so this is this hallway, and then we've got one more hallway. But like I said, if you don't have 3 hallways, you could divide one hallway into 3 sections.
So this is one of the Bible lesson times.
So this is in their time machine, going
They're going back in time, and they're going to see the scene for where they're going today.
Wow. Listen. They love to. The kids are there all listening to that and listening to the message. They're going back in time. So in the kit, do you give them ideas on how to dress up and all that sort of
All
thing?
of it.
All of it's there.
Every bit of it. Everything you
So
see,
you basically
we've got
do everything
written
for 'em.
up.
It is very easy to put together based on what we give people. So we make it as easy as possible because we want people
you
to
give them
enjoy
every
using it.
idea, how to do it.
Yep.
Supply as much
Every
material
idea.
as possible.
We've got-
It's
we've
in
got-
written form.
And we've
it's
got lots
in
of
YouTube
pictures.
video form.
Yeah, we'll put some videos, some decoration videos up on YouTube. So youtube.com/answersvbs. And we also have a Pinterest page. So
Pinterest,
pinterest.com/answersvbs. We'll put pictures up there. Facebook too. So lots of interaction, lots of ways to help everyone.
I mean, I'm just, because we're from Answers in Genesis, we've got to do this. But compared to other VBS programs, we do just as much detail as them. Or
Oh,
more. What do you think?
absolutely.
I just had someone yesterday who said Answers VBS provides all the bells and whistles that you would expect with any other VBS program. So we definitely have worked
So we
hard
have all
over the
bells
years
and whistles,
to.
plus a few more bells and whistles.
Oh,
Exactly, 'cause
Yeah.
Every year
Yep.
we're adding more bells and whistles.
We do add more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, that is really great. Okay, so we come down here through the jungle.
Through the
All right,
jungle,
one more
we've
hall
got
we go
some of
down
the
and see
some of
what's
the
going-
flying
so-
creatures and some
so
of the
what are we
swimming
doing here?
creatures here, and here we're just doing, this is the nursery area, so they're just making little picture frames for the kids. They always give them one so they can kind of remember they're weak and stuff, and so they just make little memories. So that's just a little
really
fun
great.
thing that they're doing there. So
Well, I never had one of these when I was a kid. Yeah, I really missed out.
we did.
So,
And then we get into the main foyer here.
how many years have we done VBS now?
This is the 11th.
It's our 11th.
It's our 11th one. Yeah.
It is really started to explode, and it's really
More and more every year.
Oh, yeah.
It just keeps picking up. So this is kind of the entrance to the worship center. We kind of made these so they could have fun kind of, doing this kind of thing. So anyway, that's fun. Easy again. It's just strips of paper. It's pizza circles that we painted. All very simple. And then we've got these time trackers.
How come they're having ice cream? And I'm not.
Those are our patented popsicles,
patented?
because they had to be invented sometime.
Oh,
so they're probably
okay.
hearing the story about that.
So here we are.
So, hi guys,
the
what's
future
happening?
hallway.
Yeah, so here's our future
Okay, we're gonna
hallway.
go down the future hallway.
Right, we've got our time tracker that shows us.
Here we go.
So one of the cool things this year is we've got T-shirts that actually glow in the dark.
Oh, let me see it.
So Stacia's is going to glow.
Let's have
I've
a
got
look
the
at it.
teacher T-shirt on, and the leader T-shirt.
Okay,
She's
come
got the
down
kids
here a bit further
T-shirt.
in the dark so we can see us a bit more. There we are, right there. And Barb, if you can stand over there beside Stacia.
Oh, mine does glow some.
So these are going to be the glow-in-the-dark T-shirts.
Right.
Time Lab, okay.
So they work in the black light, but they also do actually glow in the dark. So if you actually turn off all the lights, this shirt will glow on the white part. So this is the student shirt, and then that's the leader shirt that Barb has
And
on.
under a black light, they even do more.
Yep, this is under a black light,
Okay.
and then they'd also glow in the dark.
And they glow in the dark as well.
Right. So this hall is, of course, really, really fun. We don't exactly know, obviously, what the new heaven and new earth is going to look like, but we just kind of made it a space-type theme thing because it's fun for the kids. And you do have to test your black lights and whatever you think might glow, because sometimes things you think are going to glow don't glow. So, but anyway, we just put a lot of stuff up. Of course, this is a real favorite.
Paper again.
Okay, so we'll...
Tissue paper.
Yeah, it's like tissue paper, and we just use, some of it's just regular old paper. We really threw together a lot of things, a lot of slinkies. This is weed whacker cord.
Weed whacker cord.
Yeah, and
So you give them these ideas as well?
Oh yeah, all
okay.
this stuff.
So they get all that.
All these are just boxes that stuff came in, and we just stuck paper in them so they kind of look like
I've seen these
computer
in toy
panels, slinkies. Yep. So there's just a lot of fun, super easy things that you could put up here, and all of this is going to be on YouTube. We've got videos
I feel
of
like
it.
I was deprived as a child because I never was able to do one of these.
Make sure your kids do.
I'd never heard of VBS till we came to America, actually.
Really?
So, yeah.
Do they have it over there
I'm
now?
sure some of the churches
sure they do.
Actually, there are some churches that use our VBS now in Australia.
Awesome.
But when I grew up,
great.
where we were anyway, there were no such things.
And so way down at the very end, they've made another one of these cool things out of the furnace filters.
The furnace filters?
Yeah, they just kind of made like a light tunnel. So it's kind of fun. The kids like it. And just another little area. So we've just got a lot of different things going on, but all of it easy to do.
Are we able to get back into the main auditorium from here?
Yeah,
Let's do that. Why don't
as
you
long as
take
it's
us
not
in there?
locked.
And we'll just finish off in there again.
Right through here.
I'm
And the
lost.
drama people might be practicing. So we
Okay.
might see them on the stage.
Well,
I'm not
that's okay.
sure.
That's okay.
So
you go in here.
yeah, let's go this way.
Okay. So they're getting ready. They're practicing ready for the final assembly today.
Absolutely. They practice every day
Okay.
around this time of day. So they're getting all ready.
I can't wait to see the robot. Is the
You're
robot
going to love
fun?
it. Yeah, they're not in their costumes yet, but
Okay.
they will be.
Oh, they got all sorts of costumes.
Oh, yeah.
So they make their own costumes.
Yeah, they're easy, though. It's easy
Okay.
stuff, but
and you tell people how to do
we tell
those.
people how to do it.
Okay.
Lab coats are a good thing to start thinking about if you're going to do this.
That's right.
All right.
Free for skitter buds.
So we're going to come back. They're just practicing now. We're going to come back and see them in their costumes and do a live broadcast at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Call your friends if they want to see the 2018 VBS. Just a little preview of part of it, and some of our sound effects and all the fun that's going on there. Any other quick questions at all that we've got there? None. You got like 1 minute to ask a question. If you want to ask a question, go to answersvbs.com. Answersvbs.com.
AnswersVBS.com, or you can join us on Facebook, facebook.com/AnswersVBS. So we're posting pictures from this year from Operation Arctic on there. There's also a place you can message us, or you can join the discussion group too and interact in there too.
And then if they go to the answersvbs.com website, it'll have a list of all those churches. They go on there and sign up that they're going to be using the ARG VBS, right?
Answersvbs.com/upcoming.
Okay, and as the year progresses, that just keeps increasing
Right.
for the
When people register
for when people
Yep.
register for the 2018 one.
Yep.
And so there we are, and we're going to finish off now here and come back at 11:30, which is in 45 minutes' time.
Okay.
For the final assembly here for day 3.
See, time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies, and we're going to meet the robot. I can't wait to meet
Yeah.
the robot.
You'll
Okay,
love
come back in 45 minutes.